Billy Wilson, but it's for anybody and everybody, and basically not just Clark County, but the entire West Coast, for you to be able to have your right to exercise your First Amendment right. This is without a doubt this politically motivated, this charge on Billy Wilson. This far left prosecuting attorney, okay, wants to charge a man who was attacked by a mob, okay? These guys are taking metal rods to his truck, throwing rocks at his truck, and he leaves, right? And he decides to charge him. And I'll go into detail in that in a little bit when I speak. The first thing I want to do, though, is ask for you guys to stay to the very end. It's not going to be a long rally, okay? We like to get straight to the point, get it done, but we're going to have solutions at the end and what we're going to do next, okay? Because we're not here just to rally. That's not the point. We're here to put pressure on this prosecuting attorney, because this isn't just about Billy Wilson. It's about making sure that he doesn't ever try to attempt to do anything like this ever again in our county. You guys feel me? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up in a quick prayer, and then we're going to get some speakers and solutions. If you guys don't have a flyer, we got flyers for you guys. You got to make sure you sign up on the website for further events. And I don't know if you guys understand what I've been doing, but we've been going around doing everything we can to encourage protecting the Second Amendment in Washington State, which is directly related to self-defense and what we're going to talk about here today, okay? God, I ask that you just, you open up the hearts and minds of everybody here today. I ask that you help the speakers speak the truth. And God, I ask that you just help guide us as activists, as Christians, as whoever we want to be in order to take this country to where you want it to be, not us, God. God, we're begging you, we're asking you to come back into this country, come back into Washington State. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Amen. Okay, so who here believes in your God-given right to self-defense? Yes, amen, amen. It's very important. It's not just self-defense, okay? It's just as important as the First Amendment and Second Amendment. It's all related. It's all connected in this country, especially if you want to be an activist. If you want to be an activist on the West Coast, you better have the right to self-defense, okay? We all know, those of you who've been rallying with me in the last 2 years, those of you who've been fighting for free speech, trying to promote freedom, trying to promote God on the West Coast, it's been crazy. It's been crazy, okay? And we know the game. We know exactly what they're trying to do. I learned this the first time I saw them beating up people, leaving Trump rallies in San Jose. They drum up all these lies about racism, fascism, Nazis. Pretty much everybody who wants to promote freedom is a fascist now, which they're the opposite, okay? They do that. In a lot of these cities, they have the police stand down, okay? They do that so that citizens will come in and they'll scare away people who are trying to preach the truth. That's being done on purpose. I've seen it firsthand. This is why I'm extremely passionate about what happened to Billy Wilson, because they're trying to do the exact same thing. The exact same thing. They want to discourage us from this. This is what they want to discourage. They want you to say, hey, if you go to a Patriot Prayer rally, or if you go to any rally promoting freedom, you're not going to, not only will you not be protected, okay, because he didn't charge the people who were committing the crime. He didn't charge them. He went after the person that was a victim to the crime. So not only, okay, will you not be protected, you can't defend yourselves. He wants us to just sit there and take it, from these extremists who come up with the mob, throwing rocks in his truck, attacking his truck. We have, I don't know how many of you guys saw the video that I made on YouTube. Okay, did you guys see, it wasn't just Billy Wilson. Did you see everyone else they were attacking? Yeah. Like bullies. Yeah. Like bullies. They're just running around trying to attack them. They're real tough, aren't they? What I want to know is, why isn't it this prosecuting attorney going after those guys? Some of them have their masks, they didn't have masks on. They're threatening the lives of other people, pushing and punching other people, okay? This is what I believe. Here's what they want. They want us to just take it. They want to accuse us of all these things, but they don't want us to have a right to go out and spread this message. Listen, this is what's very important for everybody to understand. This is why we have to push back. We have to push back against these politicians, because you have a God-given right to go into any damn city in the United States of America to exercise your First Amendment right. Yes. Do you understand that? Yes. Do you guys believe in that? Yes. You got to take that. You got to take that to heart, because they're trying to shut you guys up. What they're doing to Billy Wilson is to shut you guys up. Believe in it. That's how you got to understand how powerful your voice really is. That's why we need more people showing up, more people going out, speaking up, spreading the word, because every single corner of this country and everywhere in between, okay, needs to hear the message of freedom in God, especially the message of God. This country is going so far away from God, okay? Not only is it your right to preach about, well, whatever you want, but especially freedom, and especially God knows you're right. It's your moral obligation to do it. This is why we have prosecuting attorney Tony Golick, okay? He doesn't want that message in his city. What he wants is he wants riots, no law and order, just like in Portland. You know the guy who's a Portland State University graduate? You guys know that? No, I mean, I don't want to judge everyone that goes there. I know a couple of good people. They have like 3 Republicans that go there, okay? So I don't want to judge everyone. But a lot of people that come out of Portland State University, okay, they're politically motivated. They've been brainwashed, okay? So this is something that, and hold on, get to that. So what I want to do is I want to put so much pressure on him, okay? He finally made a statement about it. He said, no, it's not politically motivated, okay? But I want to put so much pressure on him that he finally bends the knee, because I don't want to leave it up to a jury, right? He's going to paint some sort of extremist picture as if Billy Wilson's some sort of extremist, as if we're all extremists, and somehow it's justified. We just saw that happen down in Portland. So we got to make sure we do our part to put the pressure on this man, okay? Because listen, this country does not belong to the politicians.
No.
Does not belong to them. It doesn't belong to anybody in the federal government, the state level, the city level. It doesn't belong to the police officers. It doesn't belong to anyone who's in some sort of position of authority. He's up in his high tower up there, okay? It doesn't belong to them. It belongs to you guys. It belongs to me. This is my country. This is your country. So we got to take this country back. Yes. And we got to demand that he drops these charges. Can I get an amen? Amen. Okay, yeah. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell a story. We're here to give a voice for Billy Wilson, but like I said, it's not just about him, okay? I'm going to give a voice for him. I'm going to tell the story exactly what had happened, and I want you guys to see it from his perspective and understand how everything went down. I assume most of you already saw the video, so I'm not going to get too many details about it, but basically Billy Wilson shows up to his first rally ever. First rally. He doesn't even know much about Patriot Prayer. The main reason why he showed up is because we're taking donations to give to the Fire in the Gorge, okay? So he shows up, and his biggest crime, the biggest reason why he was a target, is because he's driving a truck with 2 huge, beautiful American flags on it. That he became a target because of the American flag. Uh-oh, better not carry around American flag in this country anymore. That's the thing. In Portland, Oregon, you can't do that. You can't bring American flags in there, not without having to get in a fight. We had a Bernie supporter come down to one of our rallies in Portland who came down to protest Patriot Prayer, to protest against the fascists. He comes down with American flag because he believes that you can be, God bless his soul, he believes you can be a patriot and be on the left. Okay, good, I agree. So he shows up. Did you guys see what they did to him? Yep. They demanded, the Antifa came out to demanded he take his flag. They take his flag. He said no, he wouldn't give it up. A guy comes up with a small little, I think it was like a metal rod or wooden rod, and hits him, knocks him out cold in the ground. Yep. Do you guys want that crap in Portland to come over here? In Vancouver, Washington? Hell no. We can have an American flag anytime that we want. My point is that's why he was a target. They came to his truck. He's driving a truck along on the road like you're supposed to, what the roads are made for. The roads are not made for protesters to block traffic.
No, it's illegal.
It's illegal. That's why I don't ever do it. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. It puts people's lives in danger. Mm-hmm. They blocked traffic. They surrounded his truck. They attacked his truck with rocks, okay, with metal rods, okay? They're lucky that he didn't get out of that truck and beat their asses. They're lucky because he had that right. Yep. But all he did was put it in reverse and get out of there. Yep. Didn't even come close to hitting anybody. Yep. That's 2 charges right there. Reckless endangerment, reckless driving, right there. But all those other guys who were attacking him, breaking the law, no law and order, in the middle of downtown Vancouver, none of them charged. Not one. Not one. Not one of them. Next time, so he comes around, he's trying to get off the exit to go to 14, right? And then they start attacking all the other people. Mm-hmm. Then, here's the crazy part. There's another car that gets involved. Did you guys see that in the video? There's a red car. Same situation. They start attacking that car. The car does what every normal American would do, okay? I mean, some of you have guns, so you might do something different. But what he did is he just, boom, sped off, right? Trying to get himself out of danger. Did he charge him?
No.
No, because he wasn't at the rally. He wasn't at the rally. That's why he did not charge him. No charges at all. So second time around, they surround the truck. They start attacking his truck. He speeds off again. Now, truck's right here, right? There's a lady right here photographing, and then she just jumps out of the way. Not even close. Video evidence. 2 more charges. So we have 4 charges total. 2 of reckless endangerment, 2 of reckless driving. Right there, okay? Now, I'm sitting several blocks up I had no idea this was going on. I'm like 10 blocks away, still downtown Vancouver. I'm sitting in an outdoor bar, just drinking a beer with the buddies, and then all of a sudden, 20 or 30 Antifa literally come out of the bushes. They literally come out like in between houses, and they just start yelling and screaming. I can't even understand what they're saying. Most of them are on drugs. They're yelling, they're screaming. Their faces are covered. And I jump over the fence. I go straight up to the guy who doesn't have his face covered. I said, "What's going on?" He says, "Your boy killed one of our guys today out on the street." Antifa was spreading a lie all over the internet that we had killed someone that day, like Charlottesville. They were already trying to paint that picture. For whatever reason, today, people are too lazy or too dumb to take 5 seconds to research what you hear and what you see online. Do a little research. You think you want to find out if someone got murdered or not. It got spread all over the internet. Billy Wilson had no idea what he was in for. Oh, well, remind you, the police detained him for like 5 seconds. They said they let him go. They made a public statement saying his life was in danger. They made that public statement that day. Let him go. Next day, Billy Wilson had no idea what he was in for. No idea. They started going to his house. Okay? Non-stop. He has a family. Slashed his tires multiple times. Graffiti on his house. Multiple phone calls all day, every day. Constant death threats. Non-stop. These people want to make him miserable because that's who they are. That's who they are on the inside. That's all they know. Every single day he got death threats. They were visiting his job, constantly harassing his employer. It was every single day he had to deal with the anxiety and the stress of people following him, people harassing him. His life got flipped upside down, tearing apart his family. He had to leave his house. He had to move from his house because they were visiting his house so much. All for what? For what? Because he's carrying American flags, and they attack him, and he just drives off because people believe he either killed someone or that he tried to kill someone. So imagine your whole life is just down to the bottom. Imagine that. All for what? Because you want to donate? You want to show up to a rally, promote freedom? His whole life, he's at the bottom of the barrel, and then he gets a letter. Imagine getting a letter from the prosecuting attorney, Tony Gollick. What do you think of this prosecuting attorney, guys? What do you think about him? Your whole life is already at the bottom for doing nothing wrong. Nothing. And he gets this letter saying that he's facing 4 years. 4 charges, 4 years. Can you imagine how you would feel? Can you imagine how much that would impact you? Mentally, spiritually, psychologically? So here's the thing. Tony Gollick knew that he didn't have a case. But this is what he does. He's known for this. You can look him up online. What he does is he gets these trumped up charges, threatens you with 4 years and says, hey, just take a plea bargain though. Just plead guilty and you'll just have 8 months of probation, fine, or whatever, okay? See, what Tony Gollick is trying to do, I know he's politically motivated because he did this huge press conference against hate, against the right, blah, 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 and everything. Okay, so here's what happened is that he's trying to build a lie. At that time, he's trying to build a lie, a whole Charlottesville lie about you guys, about us, that everybody who promotes freedom, everybody who's a conservative, a libertarian, or anyone related to Patriot Prayer are far-right extremists, and all they want to do is run over people and kill people just like Charlottesville. He's trying to build up this lie, and he wanted Billy Wilson to just plead guilty so that would secure the lie, right? Because he pled guilty, so he must have done it. He must have tried to kill someone. That's the lie. Now, Tony Golick made two mistakes. He underestimated two things. Underestimated two things, and this is why I'm so happy to be here today. Number one, he underestimated the strength, the courage, and the conviction of Billy Wilson. I'm so proud of him because Billy Wilson said, no, thank you. I am not going to participate in your lie, Tony Golick. I will see you in court. I'll see you in court. That's the thing. He's risking 4 years of his life to stand up for what is right because he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything that was wrong. And he decided to face Tony Golick like a man. That's the courage that we need in this country. That's the conviction that we need. That's how we're going to, that courage that he has, okay, willing to risk everything, that's how we're going to get this country back. You guys feel me? That's what we need. So the second thing, so let me talk about Billy Wilson for a second. The fact that he did that inspires me as a man. It makes me want to try harder. It makes me want to fight for freedom harder. That's the stuff that really, those courageous actions are what really impact people, okay? Now I know that he's watching right now, okay? So I want you guys to help me out to lift up his spirits, okay? I'm gonna count to 3. I'm gonna count 3. I want you guys to get as loud as you possibly can for Billy Wilson, okay? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy. We appreciate you. Now the second thing, as you guys just showed, okay? The second thing that he underestimated is the pushback from the people, okay? We put out that video, he's getting thousands of emails, thousands, hundreds of phone calls. The first week, every single time I tried to call in, it was busy, okay? He's getting frustrated, he's getting upset, and he's getting pissed off, so we're doing something right. Yes. So we're gonna push back even harder, okay? This rally is simply to get the word out, to motivate you guys, inspire you guys, and we'll talk about what we're gonna do after this rally, okay? But so what I believe is gonna happen. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that it's not left up to a jury. Okay, I don't want it left up to a jury. I think that we'll be okay even if it is, but I want him to understand that if he does anything like this ever again, there's gonna be a pushback from the American people. Okay, pushback. Listen, Tony Golick is no different than everything else we're dealing with in this country right now. The Bob Fergusons, right? It's the same thing. He's gonna sue the hell out of you to silence you, to keep your mouth shut. Okay? Same thing with Ted Wheeler. The guy's a liar, and everything that he's doing is to shut up conservatives in downtown Portland. That's all it is. Everything he does, that's why he doesn't ever, I've never heard anything come out of Wheeler's mouth and be like, oh, that was true. Not once. I'm not even joking. Everything he says is, excuse my language, but everything he says is bullshit, okay? And I see it all over the place. Now, unfortunately, we have a similar situation with Sheriff Atkins, okay? He wants to take away your right to self-defense. He doesn't want to respect the Constitution. What I'm here to say, guys, is that if we don't do something today, if we don't start taking action today, we're going to lose this county. We're going to lose this state. Okay? We have to be able to focus at a local level. We have to take back Clark County because it's turning into Portland, especially with the help of people like this corrupt politician, Tony Golick. I want you guys to use this experience that Billy Wilson is going through to motivate you to get involved. Because if we just continue to stay at home, continue to remain silent, Tony Golick gets more power. Politicians get more power. They will continue to divide, and they will continue to take away your guys' God-given rights. Do you feel me?
Yeah.
So, the next person that I want to, are you ready? Yeah, okay. Next person up, she came up all the way from California. She's an activist. Her name's Carmen, and she's going to come up and say a couple things and even get a national anthem going. So let's hear it for Carmen.
You know, my voice probably doesn't carry
as well as Joey's does, so
He's getting the mic for you.
You might need to come on in. I don't really want a microphone, but do I need one?
No.
Yeah, please, yes.
I want to.
See, I don't know really what I'm doing yet, except that Joey asked me to speak, which is my biggest fear on the planet,
It's okay, we
along
won't
with
fight.
about 350 million other Americans. You know, we were just talking back here about why Joey is so effective, and nobody else wants to get out there and put themselves out there the way that he does. And the only reason that he's so effective is because he comes from such a deep place of love. Just such a deep place of love. I wore my love sweater today. Show everybody what we're talking about. Honestly, he comes from the deepest place of love that I've ever seen in a person. It's so inspiring to me. It's making me more of an activist. And I think a true leader fosters leadership in everybody else. So really, that's why you guys are here. I mean, you don't know it yet, but you're here to become leaders. We need leaders in every community. Like he said, I'm not from here. I'm not from Oregon or Washington. I'm from Orange County, California. But I flew up here today to show some solidarity for patriotism and for freedom in our Constitution. How many of you just deeply love your families? How many of you love it? How many of you deeply love your neighborhoods, your cities, your county, your state? Do we? Do we love our state? Do we love our country? Do we love the American flag? How about the Constitution? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm just checking. We all love this beautiful country. We all love our Constitution, and it's being eroded slowly but surely right before our eyes because we have one Joey and 50 people that are just looking at Joey. We need 50 people that are Joeys out there. We need more people like Joey out there, and all it takes is for you to come from a place of love. On the other side of love is fear. You're either coming from love or you're coming from fear. Where do we want to come from?
Love.
We want to come from love. That's right. You know, he gets his strength from love, which is really from God.
Yeah.
It just comes in and he projects it onto all of you, and you feel it. And that's why everybody comes to his rallies, because you can feel it. But each and every one of you has that within yourself. And all it takes is a little bit of effort to become a leader in your community. You can just go to your city council meetings. You can go to the sheriff's office. You can call your legislators. It's freaky at first. It's super scary. I do activism in other areas, medical freedom and stuff like that. It's super scary at first, but once you make the phone call and you get on that phone, it just starts flowing. It just starts flowing. It comes from another place. It just starts flowing. And that's what every one of you need to do, because we can't just have 50 people looking at Joey. We need to have 50 people looking at Joey as an example of how to be every single day in life. Because if we don't, one man, I'm just telling you, one man ain't gonna do it. We need 50 of him. We need 100 of him. We need 250. We need every single person in this audience to start becoming an activist. And what that means is, the word love without action is merely a word. The word love, loving your community, loving your country, loving your Constitution, without action, it means nothing. To love someone, to love a flower, you water it, you fertilize it. To love your family, you feed them, you take care of them, you nurture them. And it's the same thing. If you love freedom and the Constitution, you have to feed that. And the only way to feed that is by being the squeaky wheel, because the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And right now, the only squeaky wheel are the people in Portland making the most noise, right? They're making so much freaking noise. I don't know where the fuck off Nazi people are, but I was super looking forward to talking to them about being the first Puerto Rican Nazi. I would like to be the first Puerto Rican Nazi. I mean, Puerto Ricans were oppressed too. We are Americans, but I mean, we're all, I mean, are we seriously Nazis? How many Nazis in the audience today? Can I see a show of hands?
Beat that.
You're a Nazi?
Just on Facebook when they told me I am.
Awesome.
I guess they left.
Congratulations. Thank you for being here and hearing the true message. I mean, I was going to invite them over to learn something because honestly, these people they're just being squeaky wheels, and they're using that sensationalism to get attention, and they're getting it. And I swear, conservatives and libertarians and people that love the Constitution are too freaking quiet. We're too polite, and we're too quiet, and we're too nice. We need to get out there and put your fucking balls on the line and get out there and actually make some noise. Because the squeaky wheel really does get the grease. It really does. So be the freaking squeakiest wheel in your neighborhood and get to your city council meetings and make some noise. And honestly, if we have to start yelling at these people, if we have to start getting in their faces in a non-violent way, because we don't promote violence, but we're also not a bunch of pussies.
Amen.
So we can't continue to act like pussies. I know we're not pussies. We're wearing camouflage. I know there's veterans here. I know there's all kinds of, there's ex-police officers. We're not a bunch of pussies. Let's stop acting like it. We need to get out there. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I was a big fucking pussy in college, okay? Excuse my language. I was in a speech class at UCLA, and I had to give a speech about my most embarrassing moment in a speech class full of 15 people, okay? And I dreaded this speech for like 2 months because it was like our big speech of the year. I dreaded it so much that I quit the class the night before the speech, okay? I called my teacher and I lied and I said I had a kidney infection. I was going to the hospital and I couldn't make it. I was so petrified to put myself out there, even just to tell an anecdotal story about my most embarrassing moment. I was so petrified that I quit speech, I quit my communications major, and I later quit UCLA, okay? I just bailed. I couldn't take it anymore. Cut to many, many years later, I was asked to be the face of a nonprofit organization. I became the MC of a nonprofit organization. I was public speaking every single month in front of crowds like you and bigger. You can come full circle. It's super scary at first to put yourself out there, but it's not that hard to do once you start doing it. It's not that hard to do. How many of you will put yourself on the line for freedom and for the Constitution? How many of you will do it? Will you do it?
Yeah.
Will you do it?
Yeah.
Because we really need to rise up. This is such a pivotal time in our country right now. We're so polarized. We really do need to find some common ground, which is what Joey preaches about all the time. He doesn't care if you're left or right. He doesn't care if you're gay. He doesn't care about the skin color. You know, he doesn't care about any of that. He cares about coming together and making sure that our Constitution is preserved and our American liberties are preserved. But he needs an army. And that's you, by the way. That's you. And the next time you go to a rally, I hope you bring 3 or 4 more people. Because you can't just show up alone. You have to start reaching out to your friends and family. You can't just be a one-man show and then go back home and, you know, watch a football game and then just like stew about it in your head and you get pissed off but you don't do anything about it. It's gonna eat us up inside. It's gonna eat us from the inside out as patriots. It will eat us alive if we don't extend that out into every area of our lives, talking to your family, talking to your friends, having a genuine conversation with people about these things. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. We need to show some solidarity. So hopefully all of you can do that. You get Joey's message. Some of you I know go to his rallies all the time. You understand it. You understand the solidarity. But it takes expansion. You can't just contract and do it yourself. It takes expansion. It takes putting yourself out there. And that takes making your balls a little bit bigger, okay? I know the girls in the audience have balls too, because I've talked to a lot of you before the rally. And you guys all have so much heart, and that's all it is. It's heart. We all have one. Just use it. Put yourself out there. Solidarity. We need to come in a little bit closer because Joey wanted me to sing the national anthem, but I haven't sang in 20 years. So we need to get a little bit closer. We're all going to sing the national anthem because every single one of us needs to show our solidarity for this movement, for patriotism and for freedom, for our Constitution. Do we all know the words?
Flag up here. Someone get a flag up here. So we can all...
Thank you.
Don't make me fall over.
Hats off. You all know the words?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a lot of the singing. I'm leaving it up to you guys, okay? All right, let's go. Ready? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early
twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flag that was bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
You're not going to stop that chant just because you leave here today, okay? You're not going to go home and plop your fat ass on the couch and